Hello and welcome to Facts Repo, your home for the most captivating stories from history. Today, we delve into a battle that wasn't fought with armies or weapons, but with ideas, ambition, and the very force that powers our world. This wasn't just a business rivalry, it was a war of currents that defined the modern age. We're going to break down the epic confrontation between Nikola Tesla's alternating current, AC, and Thomas Edison's direct current, DC, exploring the ruthless smear campaigns, the dark public spectacles, and the tragic fate of the genius who essentially invented the 20th century, only to die alone and penniless. This is the story of a mind too brilliant for its time, a tragic biography of a visionary who was perhaps too good for the world he sought to enlighten. In the late 19th century, the world was on the brink of an electrical revolution, and at its forefront stood Thomas Edison. He was a celebrity inventor, the Wizard of Menlo Park, who had gifted the world the phonograph and, most importantly, a practical incandescent light bulb. Edison's system was built entirely on direct current, or DC. DC flows in one steady direction, like water from a tap, and it worked beautifully for his light bulbs, which were his primary focus. His Edison Electric Light Company began wiring up small sections of cities, starting with a square mile of Manhattan, bringing the magic of electric light to wealthy clients. To Edison, DC was the future, the only safe and viable way to power the world. But DC had a fatal flaw: it couldn't travel far. The voltage would drop significantly over distance, meaning a power plant was needed every square mile or so, making it incredibly expensive and impractical for widespread electrification. Edison's vision was limited to dense urban centers, a luxury for the few rather than a utility for the masses. The world was waiting for a better solution, even if it didn't know it yet. Into this world stepped Nikola Tesla, a brilliant Serbian engineer who arrived in America in 1884 with little more than a few cents in his pocket and a letter of recommendation to Edison himself. Tesla was a visionary, a man who saw entire inventions in his mind with photographic clarity before ever building a prototype. He had conceived of a revolutionary new system while still in Europe, alternating current, or AC. Unlike DC's steady flow, AC rapidly reverses its direction, which allowed it to be stepped up to incredibly high voltages using a transformer. This high-voltage power could then be transmitted over vast distances with minimal energy loss and stepped down again for safe use in homes and factories. Tesla knew AC was the key to electrifying the entire planet, not just a few city blocks. It was a system that could bring power to rural farms and distant towns, uniting the world in a web of light and energy. When Tesla first met Edison, he was full of hope. He initially worked for Edison, improving the designs of his DC generators and astonishing his colleagues with his ingenuity. He proposed his ideas for an AC system, but Edison, a man deeply invested in his own DC patents and infrastructure, was dismissive. He saw AC as not only a threat to his empire but also as dangerously impractical. Edison famously promised Tesla $50,000, a fortune at the time, if he could solve some major design problems with his DC dynamos. When Tesla accomplished the feat after months of relentless work, Edison laughed it off, saying, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." This moment was the breaking point. Betrayed and disillusioned, Tesla quit, realizing he could never achieve his vision under the shadow of a man who refused to see beyond his own creations. After a grueling period of digging ditches to survive, Tesla found new backers who believed in his AC vision. He founded the Tesla Electric Company and patented his groundbreaking AC motors, generators, and transformers. His system was elegant, efficient, and vastly superior for large-scale power distribution. It caught the attention of George Westinghouse, a wealthy industrialist and a direct competitor to Edison. Westinghouse saw the immense potential in Tesla's AC system. He understood that it was the true path to electrifying America and purchased Tesla's patents, offering him a substantial sum plus a generous royalty for every horsepower of AC electricity sold. The stage was now set for a direct conflict. It was Tesla and Westinghouse's AC against Edison's entrenched DC empire, and the war of currents had officially begun. Edison, seeing his monopoly threatened, refused to go down without a fight. He launched one of the most vicious smear campaigns in the history of technology. Unable to compete with AC on its technical merits, Edison decided to attack it with fear. He set out to convince the public that alternating current was a deadly, uncontrollable force, a menace that had no place in their homes. He began by publishing pamphlets and staging press events designed to portray AC as the executioner's current. He and his associates went to great lengths to demonstrate its supposed dangers. This campaign took a dark and gruesome turn. Edison's team began conducting public electrocutions of animals. They started with stray dogs and cats, zapping them with high-voltage AC to horrify onlookers and prove its lethality. The press, always hungry for a spectacle, reported on these events with morbid fascination. The campaign escalated, with larger animals like calves and even horses being publicly killed with AC. Edison wanted to create an undeniable association in the public's mind: AC equals death. The most infamous of these demonstrations was the electrocution of Topsy, a circus elephant deemed dangerous. In 1903, Edison's associates filmed the tragic event as over 6,000 volts of AC were sent surging through the animal's body, killing her in seconds. The goal was to forever brand Westinghouse's system as a lethal technology. Edison even secretly funded the development of the electric chair, insisting it be powered by AC to further solidify its reputation as a killer. He wanted newspapers to run headlines about people being Westinghouse to death, a chillingly effective marketing tactic. Despite this relentless campaign of fear, the technical superiority of AC could not be denied. The turning point came with two monumental projects. The first was the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. It was a bid to light the entire fair, a city of light to showcase the future. Edison submitted a high bid to wire the fair with his expensive DC system. Westinghouse, using Tesla's more efficient AC technology, came in with a bid that was dramatically lower, and he won the contract. That year, hundreds of thousands of visitors marveled at the dazzling spectacle of the fairgrounds, bathed in the bright, steady glow of Tesla's AC-powered lights. It was a stunning public relations victory, proving that AC was not only effective but also safe and beautiful. The second, and even more significant, victory was the project to harness the immense power of Niagara Falls. For years, engineers had dreamed of turning the might of the falls into electricity. Again, Edison's DC system was proposed, but it could only transmit power a mile or two away. Tesla's AC system, however, could send that power all the way to the city of Buffalo, over 20 miles distant, and beyond. After much debate, the commission in charge awarded the historic contract to Westinghouse and Tesla. In 1896, with the flip of a switch, the turbines at Niagara Falls began generating AC power, and the city of Buffalo lit up. This was the final nail in the coffin for DC's dominance. The war of currents was over, and Tesla's alternating current had won. His dream of a world powered by AC was now a reality, laying the foundation for the entire modern electrical grid. One would think that this victory would have secured Tesla a life of fame and fortune. He was, after all, the man who had truly electrified the world. But Tesla's story takes a tragic turn. While he was a brilliant inventor, he was a poor businessman. During the financial panic of the late 1890s, George Westinghouse was on the brink of bankruptcy. His backers, the bankers, pressured him to get rid of the costly royalty agreement he had with Tesla. Westinghouse explained his predicament to Tesla. In an incredible act of selflessness and belief in his friend, Tesla tore up the contract that promised him billions in future royalties. He told Westinghouse that he was grateful for his belief in him and that the success of the AC system was more important than his own personal wealth. This single act of generosity cost him an unimaginable fortune and sealed his financial fate. While his rival Edison built a massive corporate empire and died a multimillionaire, Tesla's later years were marked by a slow decline into poverty and obscurity. He continued to produce brilliant ideas: radio, remote control, robotics, and even the wireless transmission of energy, but he struggled to find funding. His grandest project, the Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island, was designed to provide free wireless energy to the entire globe. It was a vision so far ahead of its time that his primary investor, J.P. Morgan, pulled funding when he realized there was no way to put a meter on it and charge for the energy. The project was abandoned, and the tower was torn down. Tesla spent his final decades living in a series of New York hotels, his bills often paid by small grants or the goodwill of others. He became an eccentric figure, known for feeding the pigeons in Bryant Park, which he considered his only true friends. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in his room at the Hotel New Yorker, at the age of 86. He was penniless, having given away his wealth for the sake of his vision and his friend. The man whose inventions powered the Second Industrial Revolution and formed the backbone of our modern world died with little to his name. So while Edison is often remembered as the father of electricity, it is Tesla's AC system that courses through the wires of our homes, powers our industries, and lights up our cities. His legacy is a powerful and tragic reminder that being a genius is not always enough. Tesla gave the world the 20th century, but the world, in its short-sightedness, gave him very little in return. Thank you for joining us at Facts Repo. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the hidden histories that shaped our world. We'll see you next time.